Impact Wrestling needs consistency. Alexis Carrillo here with some more wrestling talk content for the wrestling fan right here on the Alexis Carrillo brand YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more wrestling talk content right here on this channel. And one thing I've been wanting to get in on here, and I'm taking advantage of a quote from a certain current Impact Wrestling superstar on TV, on air, but former Impact Wrestling superstar. If you're following the product, if you're following the news on the dirt sheets and on the wrestling websites, I wanted to take advantage of a certain quote that Chris Adonis, you might remember him as Chris Masters from WWE programming. But first of all, let's get into the quote. He said, "It has been a crazy year with all the changes in the company and guys in and guys out. There just needs to be some consistency. Consistency went out the window in the last year, but you couldn't help that with all the changes. You just have to get some consistency going, which I think they are en route to doing." Now, why do I bring this quote up? Why do I mention this quote from Chris Adonis, a former Impact Wrestling star, a star that hadn't been doing much on the show and that apparently left during the recent January tapings from Orlando, Florida? I brought this quote up because, well, he has very true things to say. He has a point in saying that Impact Wrestling needs consistency in its product, in its management, in every single aspect possible. They need to be more consistent in what they offer their fans and what they offer their viewers. For example, just in the last year, we started from black ropes, we went to blue ropes, and then at halftime last year, we went to green neon ropes, and now if you've watched pictures from the recent tapings, and if you follow the spoilers, they went back to blue ropes. And I get it, I'm nitpicking with the ropes, but still, it's a certain image that you send out as a TV wrestling product. As a TV product itself, you need to offer more consistency in it as well. And also the name of the company. 2017 started with TNA Impact Wrestling, then it went to Impact Wrestling, then after that we were Global Force Wrestling, then after that, we're back to Impact Wrestling. It's easy to make fun of these situations from the outside looking in, and Chris Adonis has certainly has a point in saying that it needs consistency. You cannot garner a fan base. You cannot entrust or make sure that the fans trust you with you being around if you keep on changing. Now, thinking about this, it's really good. Going back, it's really curious to think about the last time Impact Wrestling was a consistent product, both on screen and off screen. And for that, you need to go all the way back to the Hogan Bischoff area from 2010 to 2013. And I know many of you wrestling fans bashed that era for being what it was, but it was consistent. You could expect something consistent from Impact Wrestling. Then we have all these leadership changes, we have all these name changes, brand changes, championship name changes. The rosters are never defined. You have one set of wrestlers for one tapings, and then 2 months later, another set of tapings. You bring in another set of wrestlers. This has got to change because Impact Wrestling needs its fan base to feel like it can trust its product. To feel like if I watch this, it's not going to change in 2 months and be something completely different. So hopefully, with the arrival of Scott D'Amore and Don Callis, hopefully they can give these men 2 to 3 years to really implement their vision on the product, on on the product itself, on the company. You can't be changing leaderships. You watch the NFL, you watch all these winning teams. They're not changing leaderships. They're not changing general managers year in, every year. Every year, like every season, they don't have a different coach. They keep their coaches. Obviously, if they're successful, but they're always planning ahead. They're always planning long term instead of short term. You can't expect a company to bring you money in a year, 2 years, or 3 years. You gotta let it grow, especially a company that has lost so many viewership, so many credibility, like Impact Wrestling. So those are my thoughts on Chris Adonis' quote about Impact Wrestling needing consistency. I agree with him, but I want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Chris Adonis? Do you agree that Impact Wrestling needs to be more consistent with its product? Or do you like the fact that you get something different every time we get a different set of tapings? Do you like the fact that that it's not as formatted and as similar as a copycat from week to week or from month to month as the WWE currently is? Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this topic? Do you agree? Do you disagree? And if you want to listen to more wrestling talk content, subscribe to the channel, the Alexis Carrillo brand channel. Subscribe to it, and that'll be it for me. Till next time.